Okay, hi everyone, it's Catherine, and I'm doing a pick a card today. It's September 2nd, 2020, and I'm doing this simply because I have a niece that I'm doing this to help her. So one of these actually will be her pile of cards, but then they apply to us all. There was information in each of these that I found relevant no matter who you are. But there are very special messages in here for you to pick out. So pause the video and decide which of the three angels has your message. Okay? I'm not going to be on camera today. But anyway, let's get started. I'm going to take these out of the way. And we're just going to get right on to the first one. Now, these are from my... Oh, snap. Lost the book. They're medicine cards, okay? And this is not a promotion. This is just me showing you where they came from, what those blue cards are. And they help enhance, they're just part of the meaning of what you drew. Okay. I nearly flipped. You got group 1, you have 3 kings, okay? Yeah, you do. You got all 3 of them. And you know what? This candle, as beautiful as it is going to have to be moved. It just has to go. Okay. Okay. What you got, you have 3 kings, so this is wisdom. Kings have a lot of wisdom. They are matured in their position. And with it, you have owl. I'm going to read to you owl. Owl medicine is symbolically associated with clairvoyance, astral projection, and magic, both black and white. Owl is called night eagle on several medicine wheels used by Amerindian teachers. Traditionally, owl sits in the east, the place of illumination. Since time immemorial, humanity has been afraid of the night, the dark, the unseen, waiting fearfully for the first crack of morning light. Conversely, night is owl's friend. Owl hunts its prey at night. Not only can owl see in the dark, it can also accurately pinpoint and identify any sound. This gives it a great advantage when seeking food. Owls are the night hunters. Some native people are fearful of owl and call its feathers deceiver feathers. An owl feather is silent. You cannot hear owl when it flies, but its prey definitely knows when it strikes, for its beak and talons are razor sharp. Owl is oftentimes the medicine of sorcerers and witches. If owl is your medicine, you will be drawn to magical practices and perhaps explore the dark arts. You should resist any temptation to practice black magic or any art that takes energy away from another person or being. If you have owl medicine, these night birds will have a tendency to collect around you, even in the daytime, because they recognize a kinship with you. Is it any wonder that in many cultures, owl is a symbol for wisdom? This is because owl can see that which others cannot, which is the essence of true wisdom. Where others are deceived, owl sees and knows what is there. And this is the passage that struck me about my 3 kings over here, the symbol of wisdom. Kings are who you go to for wisdom. King Solomon, the wise king, the women were fighting over a baby. This is a biblical story, and they were fighting over a baby. And so they took him to the king to decide whose child this is. And so he says, well, let's cut the baby in half and each of you can have a half. And the true mother spoke up and said, no, she can have the baby. It's fine. You can have the baby. Well, then the king knew the real mother, because she wasn't going to let her child be murdered. She'd give the child up first. Wisdom. So you are being told you need to seek wisdom outside yourself. Whatever this situation is, be it personal or business, you don't have the wisdom to handle it right now. You need to go seek outside counsel for that wisdom. I'm going to just skip ahead. If you have pulled the owl card, you are being asked to use your powers of keen, silent observation to intuit some of life's situation. Owl is befriending you and aiding you in seeing the total truth. Owl can bring you messages in the night through dreams or meditation. Pay attention to the signals and omens. The truth always brings further enlightenment. Okay, guys, there's your medicine for today. To seek wisdom beyond what you have and to be paying attention to the things you see around yourself. They matter. Nothing is incidental. Because you drew 3 kings, for crying out loud. That's pretty big stuff. Okay. Group 2. Let's see what you have. Alright, you have the 6 of Swords. Sorry, let's get them in their correct order. 7 of Wands and the 2 of Pentacles. I looked at that and thought, well, that's a weird combination to get. Until I drew Swan medicine. So let's see what Swan has to say to this group. It's very pertinent. All of it is. It's just, and you got it in the contrary position. But I need to go back and read you the first of it, because then your 3 cards make more sense. If I don't do that, then it won't. Little Swan flew through the dream time looking for the future. She rested for a moment in the coolness of the pond, looking for a way to find the entry point to the future. This was a moment of confusion for Swan, as she knew that she had happened into the Dreamtime by accident. This was her first flight alone, and she was a bit concerned by the Dreamtime landscape. As Swan looked high above the sacred mountain, she saw the biggest swirling black hole she had ever seen. Dragonfly came flying by, and Swan stopped him to ask about the black hole. Dragonfly said, "Swan, this is the doorway to the other planes of imagination. I have been guardian of the illusion for many moons." What's he doing? He's guarding something. Yeah, okay. Oh, man. I want you, if you want to enter there, you would have to ask permission and earn the right. Okay. Now, you have Swan in the contrary. If you pulled Swan in reverse, it is a warning that you must acknowledge what you know, so stop denying your feelings and klutzing up. You may be bumping into furniture or forgetting what you were saying in mid-sentence. If so, this is a sign that you are not grounded. Jump in place and hold the top of your head as you do so. This will get you back in touch with the earth and keep you from wandering into dreamy reality that lessens your focus. Baths help, as does going barefooted or do some gardening. In other words, touch the earth. Grounding yourself when you're in a state like this, you definitely want to look around you. What do you see that's absolutely real? Taste something, smell something, touch the dirt, and a bath, a shower will help ground you. Okay? In any case, Swan Reverse says that you need to pay some attention to your body. It can seem as if you are flying without a pilot's license if you are not aware of when you take off or land. Not recognizing this shift from left brain to right brain, my goodness, common when you are evolving spiritually. This is all part of developing the intuitive side of your nature, and it is a sign that you are not being conscious of your entry into other levels of awareness. If the development of higher mind, you are embarking on new territory that has rules or universal laws of its own. In the world of spirit, you need to pay close attention to the unseen. You may sense or feel in a slightly different way, but this is gradual. Sometimes this shift is lost among your normal activities until you feel spaced out. At these moments, it is a time to connect with Mother Earth. The solution to contrary swan is notice your surroundings and touch the earth with your feet, hands, or both. Focus on one reality or the other. If you are being called to visit the dream time, stop what you are doing and be still. Enter the silence, empty your mind of chatter. Be receptive and open so that the message may enter your consciousness. If you are just preoccupied, daydreaming, or spacey, you need to focus on doing some physical activity. Use the reasoning of your side of the brain that makes a list of what you need to do and do next, and this will stop the clutter in your mind that may be causing the confusion. Because what's Two of Pentacles but trying to balance something, right? So Spirit is telling you, you are awakening, but you're not knowing, but you're doing it in a rather haphazard fashion. Oh gosh, it's been a couple of months ago driving through town. I drove to this town nearby and didn't notice that I turned the wrong direction to go home. When I wound up at the river, it dawned on me, you've gone the wrong direction, and I didn't really have much recollection of the trip to get there. And there's a reason. I had activated some Reiki, and I didn't ground myself before I got in the truck. I have since learned, be careful of doing that, because I did. I went way out of the way and didn't know where. I was lost. I was actually lost. That can happen. So if that's happening to you, you are the swan. In your dream time, you're looking at the black hole, but you need to and go on in it, you know. Here's what, oh my goodness, this swan story is just beautiful. Swan was not so sure that she wanted to enter the black hole. She asked Dragonfly what was necessary for her to earn entry, and Dragonfly replied, you must be willing to accept whatever the future holds as it is presented without trying to change Great Spirit's plan. Swan looked at her ugly duckling body and then answered, I will be happy to abide by Great Spirit's plan. I won't fly the currents of the black hole. I will surrender to the flow of the spiral and trust what I am shown. Dragonfly was happy with Swan's answer and began to spin the magic to break the pond's illusion. Suddenly, Swan was engulfed by a whirlpool in the center of the pond. She reappeared many days later, but now she was graceful and white and long-necked. Dragonfly was stunned. Swan, what happened to you? He exclaimed. Swan smiled and says, Dragonfly, I learned to surrender my body to the power of Great Spirit, and I was taken to where the future lives. I saw many wonders high on Sacred Mountain, and because of my faith and my acceptance, I have been changed. I have learned to accept the state of grace. Dragonfly was happy for Swan. She told Dragonfly many of the wonders beyond the illusion. Through her healing and her acceptance of the state of grace, she was given the right to enter the dream time. So it is that we learn to surrender to the grace of the rhythm of the universe and slip from our physical bodies into the dream time. Swan medicine teaches us to be at one with all planes of consciousness and to trust in Great Spirit's protection. If you pulled Swan, it ushers in a time of altered states of awareness and a development of your intuitive abilities. Swan medicine people have the ability to see the future, to surrender to the power of Great Spirit, and to accept the healing and transformation of their lives. The Swan card is telling you to accept your ability to know what lies ahead. If you are resisting your self-transformation, relax. It will be easier if you go with the flow. Stop denying that you know who is calling when the phone rings. Pay attention to your hunches and gut knowledge, and honor your female intuitive side. Again, My Lord. You know, we've got the balancing, don't we? Balance. I can't add any more to this. This was a beautiful, beautiful set of cards for you. Okay, group 3. Wow. I'm so excited when I do these. I really am. Okay. Again, your oracle card will make sense of this. You got the weasel, okay? And you got it in the contrary position. All right. Let's go. I love doing these for y'all. I really do. Because it feeds my soul. It does. I get fed as much. And I'm going to get my notebook out. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yes, I write notes. Okay. That's my notes. All right. Weasel has an incredible amount of energy and ingenuity, yet it is a difficult power totem to have. It is not without significance that ermine or weasel pelt is worn by royalty. Weasel ears hear what is really being said. This is a great ability. Weasel eyes are beneath the surface of a situation to know the many ramifications of an event. This, too, is a rare gift. The chiefs sent Weasel to the enemy camp to smoke them for power. What are the medicines of the enemy? The chiefs asked Weasel upon its return. Weasel never failed to give an accurate account of the enemy's numbers, strengths, and weaknesses. It was Weasel who tearfully told the original people of the coming of the white boat people. And I'm sorry, I see a boat person. Do you not see the boat in the middle? I was just floored. These brothers have strange new medicines. They will tell us that to live the way we do is wrong. They will confuse us with their talking bark. Paper. They have stolen thunder from the sky Father, and placed it in their weapons. They have no respect for the animal brothers and sisters. They will make their thunder speak to the animals and kill them. They will make the thunder speak to us also. Their numbers are too many to count, and these white brothers will steal everything from us but our spirits. The great dark shadow of these ravenous bird of death has fallen over the people. Yeah. I'm going to boil that down for you. I don't care who comes to you. I don't care what they say to you. You are not wrong for being who you are. No one can say to you, believe this way or that way, if it is contrary to what Spirit has told you. Stand your ground against such people and influences. You have weasel medicine, so you know more than they do. You are your own person. You are your own person. Wow. Okay. Weasel fur changes color with the seasons. Silent Weasel has many lessons to teach you. Weasel could confound Great Spirit, pick Great Spirit's pockets, and then leave Great Spirit contemplating the divine navel. If this is your personal medicine, your powers of observation are keen. You seem to be saying, leave me alone and I will do the same for you. You might even look a bit guilty at times due to what you know from observing life. You may be a loner, hiding yourself away from others, or perhaps even a recluse. You are a powerful ally to have in any business organization, since you can see what the competition is doing. People may make a great mistake in sizing you up, since they do not immediately see your power. But this is the first time they try to outsmart you. They will soon learn that your intelligence is greater than their own. Look to Weasel Power to tell you the hidden reasons behind anything. Some people are put off by weasel medicine, talents, and abilities. There are no bad medicines. We all have power, or we would not be here to heal Mother Earth. Perhaps if you have weasel power, you could use your secret gifts for the good of all. Observe who or what needs attention or a solution, and offer your assistance in your own quiet and discreet way. And there is your medicine card. There is your medicine message. Be who you are, and don't let anybody take that away from you. I don't care what they try to take away from you. You have the upper hand. Look at this guy. He's standing on top of a mountain and he can see over the heads of everybody. He has quite a vision from that vantage point. He can see. So can you. Okay? You're fine who you are. Be who you are, the way you are. You are not a mistake. And I thank you for choosing to listen to this, and I hope that you will like and subscribe and come back for more readings, and ask in the comments if this touched you or you want a reading. We can work on that too. Many blessings to you all. I'll see you next